when it'll happen. And it leaves Stuart, as he walks back to his seat quite often, exasperated. He doesn't know why it's happening. And it happened there in the early part of that first frame, missed that red by a mile before he fluked it and cleared the table.
Let's find out what kind of response then Rob Milkins has got, with Bingham 1-0 up.
Not the best of breakups here from Robin Milkins. I think a lot of people look at Rob playing as if he's a very fast player and goes for long pots all the time and plays very quickly, but he's also a very clever safety player. I worked with him for a few years in the Southwest Snooker Academy in Gloucester, where Rob's from. He's always lived there, I think. He's a bit like Mark Williams. He takes some shots on that look a bit risky. But then when he's played, you think, oh, that was handy. He wasn't going to leave anything on anyway. Well, he's going off the side cushion and out to the black, I should think, the way he's looking at the ball. Tough black, this. See, that's the problem with somebody that plays fast like Rob. When they miss, they don't look great. They look as if they're rushing, but he plays like that all the time. As I said, I worked for him for a few years, you know. Haven't recovered yet.
Yes, he's a fantastic potter, as we saw from the opening red, but that black was tough. I thought he might take the blue, to be honest. It was an easier pot on the blue in the middle pocket than the black, but I suppose the only good thing, it looks like costing him only 1 point, with the black being out of commission at the moment.
Green.
Wouldn't get onto a colour. Might be snookered, but at least it only cost him 1 point.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Stuart Bingham won.
We haven't seen that one before. I don't know what Rob's thinking here.
I can't understand why they call him Ballroom Bingham.
Well, what a contrast. In the first frame he's had that wonderful flute, Bingham, and now Rob potted a great red. It didn't quite get on the black right. And now he's up here. Let's see what will happen here. He's a bit narrow, I think, is he? Is he into the pink?
Foul. The miss.
May have left the red on. It'll be a very thin cut though. If it's available, Stuart will take it on.
Stuart's just had a quick look at the black. I don't know whether the black passes the green, because that's the direction the white's going to be taking. 2 cushions here for played in and out of balk.
It's amazing how you never see players hitting that shot thin when they're stunning the ball, you know. It always throws it thick if they go into miss. Another good red then from Rob Milkins. And he's round, ready. Wait a minute, Rob. What? The white's got to stop first. Take your time.
And he's finished absolutely perfect. Just stun around the back of the green here and get onto the one to the left of the pink there. That's an open play, but he needs to get at least the blue line. Oh, Rob, that's careless. I'm surprised he played it that way. I thought he'd have played for the red in the left-hand corner, which would have meant he wouldn't have had to play with so much side. But you'll see a lot of that from Rob. You'll see him be a little bit what looks like careless sometimes, but that's just the way he plays. He's always been very quick.
Yes, but then the delivery was quite quick as well. It wasn't the speed he played it, you know. It is it wasn't the easiest shot in the world, but he's guaranteed to make it.
1.
Chance now then, pot the pink and try and bring a few reds into play. And caught that a bit thin, and it went into the left-hand side of the pocket, you know, so I think if you'd have potted in the middle, he may have opened a few more reds out. Just a safety, perhaps. couldn't see a red to pot.
Still Bingham 7.
Very good length of cue ball, but as you can see, the red's cuttable. We won't have any idea where the white's going to end up, because he's going to be definitely making contact with red or pink on the way back, depending on whether he pots it thin or thick. Once again, that's unlucky. Okay, the black's pottable and his favourite to pot it, but this is missable, the fact that it's finished near the cushion. As I said, he was bound to kiss into the red or pink, depending on how thin or thick he hit it, but to finish close to the cushion like that, that's a little unfortunate. This black is not straightforward by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's got to go for it, though.
And for me, the green's an easier pot and will bring the white towards the reds. But of course, these players don't like playing with the bar colours when they got the opportunity to get the black or the pink back into play. Not quite sure if the black will go back on this spot. Maybe pink spot if you take it on. Let's see what's happening here. Played that nicely. Not an easy pot, but certainly easier than the black would have been.
4.
And then first clear-cut chance here. Missed an awkward black earlier on, but
5.
2 as a matter of fact. Just get the feeling he's got to score here. If he doesn't make much out of this slot, he's may lose a bit of confidence. He's looked after by Paul Mount, of course, in Gloucester for many years, and
11.
he's talking to Robert and Michael Wasley, who was also there and been looked after. And he beat Ding in the first round of the World Championships.
12.
And he beat Robert on the black, and they play all the time in qualifying in the World Championships. And he's not playing now. Yeah, after getting, you know, into the crucible, which most players in their career never get to play there, you know. But he's working at the moment.
I don't quite understand why he played the cannon into the pink, purely
70.
because there was every chance of pushing the pink into a safe place. He needed that pink in open play, and he's put it out of play now. I think he probably just played to cannon the 2 reds to the right of the pink. Got into the cue ball a little bit too much. Now, is that going to be end of break, or can he still pot this one in the middle? He's going for it. Is it his turn for a fluke? Afraid not.
Robert Milkins 17. One.
Stuart's got every chance here of playing one of the 2 reds that are available on the right hand side there. Those 2 that are loose. That will in turn, when he gets the pink back in its own spot, that'll make the pink available.
6.
Getting rid of this red, of course, it'll make it relevant to the left hand corner as well. These all should have been Robert Milkins. He'd be very disappointed not to have scored better than the 17 he scored.
7.
And the way Stuart Bingham played in the first round, we'd expect him to make them here. Always been very strong in the break building department, but that's not his best effort.
12. $13. 18. $90.
Now the pink goes back onto its own spot, and of course these next 4 reds and 4 colours should be a formality. So 4 reds and 4 pinks you'd expect off this next few visits. So very quickly I think this is going to be 2-0. And Robert
25.
only has himself to blame this time. Couldn't do anything about the way the first frame went, but he certainly could have done something about this.
26.
It's not a disaster when you're 2-0 down when it's first to 6, of course, but just the circumstances. He is the underdog, and he hasn't always done well in semi-finals, so a good start would have been
33.
the right thing to do for Rob, but he's sitting down there not looking too happy. I don't blame him. He's better than what we see in here.
$39. $40. $46. $47.
He looked very assured when he had this chance. Stewart, you just felt he was going to do it. Doesn't mean he's going to win the match.
53.
But I'd rather be 2-0 up than 2-0 down. No
55.
matter who you're playing.
$58.
So as usual, Rob Milkins will have to get his potting boots on. He's getting 3 and 4-0 down.
62.
It's a hard task then. Although Stewart form dropped slightly from 4-0 up last night against Stuart Corridon. I thought Stewart played very well. I did, Stuart Corridon, to come back into it.
57 and 20.
So then Stuart Bingham there, effort of 67. He's quite happy back in his chair. He's 2-0.